And we're live. At least that's what my computer is telling me. Good morning, peeps. How are you guys? And how does that sound? I know, Chicory Chix Peeps. That's just how my brain works. So, what's in your cup? Tell us in your comments below. I woke up with the outside temperature reading -11. What did yours say this morning? How much did you have to clutch that cup of coffee this morning? The struggle is real, but luckily I'm in a nice, beautiful, sunny room with the sun reflecting off of the snow, and those -11 temperatures are defeated by my thermostat. Which is set quite a bit higher than -11. So today's quote, I'm pulling from Rumi, and it's with life as short as a half-taken breath, don't plant anything but love. And because I'm me, and my imagination works that way, uh, I have Dolly Parton playing in my head when I'm reading that. So now that I've planted that in your brain, let's read that again. Unfortunately, I'm not Robin Williams, so I cannot do impressions, and I'm not giving it a try. But with life as short as a half-taken breath, don't plant anything but love. Rumi. That's what Rumi said, or did he say it? It's hard to know because, Rumi didn't speak English, so we're going off a translator. And where did I get this quote? Well, if memory serves me, a lot of these I got off of Goodreads, their quote thing. So the attributions are pretty good. I try to get my attributions from a reliable source, but as we all know, sources disagree and sources vary. And I can guarantee you this: Rumi never said this because he didn't speak American English, right? So there was a translator involved. So there's something in the transmission. What did Rumi mean by this? With life as short as a half-taken breath, don't plant anything but love. What did he mean? And is it a good thing? And do you agree? And how can we apply it to our own lives? Well, when I'm having my cup of coffee in the morning, and I'm facing that -11 degree reality outside, um, I want a little bit of a buffer. We all need some grace with this stuff, right? Just as I know when I open up the paper, I'm going to be reading things that are going to disturb me. Is that love? It's love. It's an act of love to me that I am opening up the paper to be informed. Now, we all get overwhelmed, and there's plenty to get overwhelmed at, especially since there's so much in this world designed to push our emotional buttons for some sort of manipulative gain. There's my cynical side coming through. Because of that, it's not a bad thing to take a minute in our lives to embrace that which is good, even in the bad. Acknowledge the bad, but embrace the good. So I agree with him in that we shouldn't be planting anything but love. So even as we try to correct things that we think are causing people pain, acknowledging that there's hateful things out there, how do we combat that? How do we wrestle with that? And even our words, wrestle, combat, right? That has kind of a not such a loving connotation to it. But I believe in jujitsu. That even if you've got energies coming at you, you got to acknowledge that they're coming at you, because if you don't, you're just going to get plowed under, right? But acknowledge that you've got, people are throwing good and bad intent at you. Even if for whatever reason and whatever their point of view is, in their world, they're the hero and they're doing it in a totally justifiable fashion. But in reality, we all know such a sliver of what everybody else is going through, or the whole story of stuff that we think we know. And we want to be on team X, we want to be on team Y, we want to belong to a cohort. And sometimes belonging to a cohort means that there's a loyalty. Uh, and loyalty can be a good thing, but it also can stop us from looking at the harder things. If we blindly follow something, you can love somebody, you can support somebody, but you don't have to support their actions. Because good people with the best of intent can still do harm. It's Rumi, but I'm feeling very Schopenhauer this morning. Maybe it's that negative 11 degrees out there. And for one of the kind of hallmarks of Schopenhauer, old curmudgeon that he was, is that he said that for every action, for every Kant said intent is everything, and Schopenhauer says, yeah, because he was a curmudgeon. It's intent is not enough. No matter what your intentions, whatever you create is going to have good and bad consequences, and you can only lean towards the good. You can try to mitigate things so they come out better, and that takes effort. And we're all exhausted and we want things to be easy. And then we forget that as we buffer ourselves up, if we buffer ourselves up too much and not do anything because we're afraid to do something because of the consequences of everything you do is some good and some bad is going to come out of it, that you don't want to be we're risk averse. So we don't want to be responsible for the bad. And because of that, we inadvertently allow for bad. So anyway, I didn't think I was going to get that deep this morning, but hey, negative 11, it sent me there. Schopenhauer. So, well, this is Tuesday. I think, did I say Tuesday or when? It is Tuesday. My days have been off. This is kind of helping me too, to figure, how many of you guys do morning rituals anyway, right? And I do until I fall off, and then I get back on the wagon again. And the wagon as in lighting candles, lighting incense, having a moment, having a cuppa, kind of grounding myself and remembering and connecting myself to everybody else in the world that's ever lived and ever had a Tuesday. Because we've been celebrating Tuesdays for centuries. Right. And the interesting thing is, from a Western point of view, 7 days a week, 7 planets, we have been celebrating these energies for millennia. So we are participating this morning in an acknowledgement that people said, oh, it's a Tuesday, and that meant something. So what does Tuesday mean to you? Tell me down below. One of the things it means to me is garbage day, because I have to, actually the garbage is picked up tomorrow morning, but by the time it gets dark, I'm going to have my trash can wheeled to the end of my drive, so the garbage man can come pick it up today. What does Tuesday mean for you? What do rituals mean for you? How comforting is it for you to have a ritual? And the ritual can be anything. It can be doing your rosary. It can be doing your malas. It can be lighting candles. It can have a religious connotation to it, but it can also be more mundane and more secular, right? My garbage. So every Tuesday afternoon before it gets too dark, because that's how I am, I'm going to be wheeling that little garbage can out to the side of the road. It means putting on the water for your coffee every morning, every weekday morning. If you drink coffee, it means all sorts of things that kind of ground us into this life. So I have a question for you guys. With life as short as a half-taken breath, don't plant anything but love. So what are you planting today? let me know in the comments below. And what I want to do for you guys is plant an idea, because these, I'm really excited how well this is going. And you're thinking, well, there's nobody watching. And I'm thinking, no, you don't understand. This is ritual. This is allowing us to do something bigger and better. But what I want you to think about is, how do you want to participate? Aside from the comments, aside from showing up with your cup of coffee, aside from watching the replays, what do you want to come on for a little bit to talk about? Because that's available too. It's a way for us all to connect and get to make our world a little bit brighter and broader, and plant a new idea to people that you haven't met yet, your newest best friends. All right, peeps, that's it. See you tomorrow for 10 at 10. Chicory Chicks. Chala, chala.